Welcome to Wednesdays with Wayne, and today we have a very challenging bed that we're working with because it has to kind of cross off four different criteria. First of all, it's shade, so all the plants have to be somewhat tolerant of shade. There is a little bit of filtered sun that's going to come in on certain angles here. We also have a black walnut kind of in the center of this bed, and the black walnuts, the root zone, the fruits, so forth, creates juglone, which is toxic to many different plants. Another requirement of this bed is that it has to be deer tolerant because there's very high deer pressure. And then finally, we've got fragrance, which is something that the client wants. So we've got a mixture of sun and shade plants here. Obviously, the sun plants will go in the sun area. The shade plants will be in the shadier areas. And most of these plants will check off at least 3 of the 4 boxes. We've got some Russian sage, a stilbe, perennial geranium. The peonies are gonna be a tough one here. We're just experimenting with them. The hellebores are one of those things that do check off all 4 boxes. Plumbago, Actea or Semicifuga here. Sweet Spire, some Clethra. We've got some Rugosa roses. We're going to have a mixture of bulbs here that will have some fragrance as well as deer tolerance. Daffodils and Scilla, which is Siberian squill, and grape hyacinths. We tried to pick out fragrant daffodils. The hydrangeas, again, don't necessarily meet all those matches, but we're trying out some for some extra color here and shade tolerance. That's a smooth type hydrangea, mock orange, some lilies, a very interesting plant called Corydalus, which should naturalize a little bit in here, a little bit more plumbago, some viburnum, and finally some oak leaf hydrangeas. So again, many of these plants will check off at least 3 of the boxes. This is the area that we're dealing with. Okay, the layout is complete. Some groupings of plants. We have a nice pathway in the center here. I've been working with Kyle from RLM for the layout. So the pathway should go down the center with kind of a little resting area for a table here. Low plants along the stream border. And then bulbs, you'll see bags of bulbs kind of mixed in amongst the perennials and a few seeding stones. So this has been a great partnership with RLM, creating this garden with some very interesting parameters. So I cannot wait to see it all complete. And the plants will be going in with the mulch, and they'll be ready to go and tucked away for the winter season, and should be absolutely gorgeous come spring. All the plants now are in the ground. We're just awaiting mulch to be put on, and everything is looking very good. And again, between the perennials, the bulbs have been planted. So the bulbs will be the first thing to bloom, and as that bulb foliage dies back, then the perennials will be coming up and kind of disguising that foliage. So you get kind of a total view of the garden. And this is the completion of the garden. RLM finished putting the paths in and the stones. It'll be glorious in the springtime. A lot of bloom, a lot of fragrance, hopefully a lot of deer resistance, and of course the juglone tolerance. We can see the stream here with the water going down it. So very, very peaceful setting, beautiful garden. So thank you for joining Wednesdays with Wayne, sponsored by Niemeyer's Landscape Supply. And remember, beautiful landscapes start here.